Good evening and welcome to Cousins Gymnasium for JumboCast coverage of the Tufts Jumbos matchup with Eastern Connecticut State in the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament. Some of you just witnessed falling to FDU Florham, and the winner of this game will match up with FDU Florham tomorrow afternoon. Before we get to the broadcast, we have a video to show you courtesy of Eastern Connecticut State University's Athletics Department. Take a look.
Back and full reporting here from the Francis E. Geisler Gymnasium, where the Warriors are getting ready for their Sweet 16 matchup this coming Friday.
Just about 1 month ago, Eastern scored only 35 points in a loss to Keene at home. Then they traveled to Umass Dartmouth, where they dropped their second straight game. It was a meeting in the locker room after that game that's turned around this season.
Quite honestly, I think things changed when we lost at Dartmouth. I felt that after the game in the locker room, that was like we had a really good post-game talk. We lost to Keene that week. We lost to UMass Dartmouth 2 games in a row. And it just seemed like they had this moment of kind of like, we're better than this. And then we went to Western and won, and then we won against Southern Maine on Senior Day. And then it just kind of, we kind of kept it going from there.
We had like a really good talk in the locker room after, and we just tried to make sure we remember like why we started playing in the first place, just to have fun, play loose. There, especially us 3 seniors, every game after the start of the conference tournament was one and done, and we're not ready to be done. So feeding off the energy of everyone else, off coach, and just having fun at practice is literally like picked all of us up.
Our energy has definitely been a lot different this year in practice overall, especially more towards the end. We were having more fun, but we're still being positive, being on track in practice, and it just creates a totally different atmosphere at practice. And before games, we're like screaming in the locker room, and I think that's really transferring over to on the court.
Early in the conference championship game, the Warriors didn't shoot the ball well. However, Jordan Nappy came out in the second half and put on quite a show.
I just said to Jordan, you're going to get hot this half, and, just keep shooting and that type of thing. And she did. And then, I think once she made her first one and then her second one, then you could tell she was in that groove. To win that close a game then helped us, I think, going into last weekend and then, moving forward.
Ever since that win, Eastern has played a different level of basketball, a level that they haven't reached all season.
I just think that right now their confidence is really high. And I mean, with a basketball player, if your confidence is high, or as a team, if your confidence is high, you think you can do anything.
Coach Beerley and her team are fortunate to have 2 skilled guards leading them in this year's NCAA tournament.
Taylor and Christina playing in so many games and different situations, they have a lot of knowledge, and I think they have a good sense of the game and where we need to go. And so, it's a great luxury for me to have.
Me and Taylor are very comfortable playing with each other, and I think the whole team, everyone who does play, we're just so used to it because everyone that plays is back from last year.
For Mccourt, it's been a season where she hasn't just been the facilitator, she's also scored the ball.
And I thought all season she's had it, but I just don't think her confidence was where it needed to be. And I think the last few weeks her confidence has really been sky high.
My confidence has just developed, and I've been so just aware of what the defense has given me, and I noticed that as I get closer to the basket, I'm able to lay the basket in, and because they're expecting me to pass the ball, so me not being selfish actually helps the team, and me looking for myself helps the team a lot.
Having 3 seniors is a luxury for Coach Beerley. She's able to trust Foresman and McBride running the offense while also trusting Shannon Mccourt when it comes to getting high percentage.
I really, at this point in the season, it's a matter of I really want to put the ball in my seniors' hands. And I really think Shannon has shown, not just by how she's playing, but over the last few weeks, that she's shown more composure than I've seen, in all of her 4 years. It's great to see this coming at the end when it's most important for her and for the team, and that she's just shown great leadership and composure as far as she wants the ball, and she is one of our few players that can make up her own shot.
However, it's not only Shannon Mccourt who Beerley relies on when it comes to scoring. She also likes to see junior Jill Rytrowski go to work.
They've got to use their athleticism, their foot speed, because they're not big. They're not, tall. They're not, we're very undersized in that way. But I think that Jill's really taken that to heart. And, in both NCAA tournament games, she consistently hit her high post shot.
In their regular season game versus Tufts, Eastern lost 63-51. the Warriors were without starting center Lindsay Langenauer, a player they have went to quite often the second half of the season.
Having Lindsay back is critical because, I mean, you know, with their bigs that they have, you know, for her to be able to match up and help us with the rebounding aspect and to defend, that we have some size in there, that will be huge.
Going into Friday's game versus Tufts, Coach Beerley believes both teams have changed a lot. She thinks there's a few keys for Eastern to advance to the Elite Eight.
Well, I think that we just can't let their bigs go off. I mean, they're going to get their points, they're going to score on some level, but we just can't let them score 20, 30 points. I mean, you've got to limit them as much as you can. I think rebounding is a key, you know, keeping them off the boards. And on our end, we've got to get some O-boards. I mean, we've got to get on the offensive glass and score there. And then I think the third thing is taking good care of the ball.
No matter what happens this weekend, Beerley will look back and remember this team and everything they've done throughout the season.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll reflect on it and be like, you know, this is probably one of my proudest teams as far as being proud of them because they fought through a lot of adversity to get to this point, and I'm really happy for them that they can go through this experience and have this NCAA experience because it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I mean, we've been very spoiled at Eastern to have it happen quite a few times, but, you know, it's to make the Sweet 16 and hopefully try to advance further. You know, you've got to enjoy every minute of it. All right. I'm super excited. Okay, I'm awesome. Okay. Warriors, 1, 2, 3. Warriors! Okay.
Friday can't come any sooner for the Warriors as they're anxious and ready to go in the Sweet 16. If you'd like to keep up with all the action, head to GoWarriorAthletics.com. Reporting from the Francis E. Geisler Gymnasium for ETV Sports, I'm Nick Akinfora. I'm Nick Akinfora reporting here from the Francis E. Geisler Gymnasium where the Warriors
Hello, this is Tufts JumboCast. I am Sam Lano, and I am announcing with...
I'm Bernie Birnbaum. Sorry about the confusion there. So this afternoon we've got our second of two Sweet 16 matchups. This one between the Tufts Jumbos and the Eastern Connecticut State Warriors. Jumbos come in at 28-1, Warriors at 22-8, and so let's look at some of the keys to this game.
Both teams are having fantastic seasons so far, especially the Jumbos with that 28-1 record.
Here's the keys to the game for the Tufts Jumbos. First of all, getting the ball to Cantor and North. They are the two bigs for Tufts. Eastern Connecticut State has the best three-point defense in the nation. It's going to be key for the Jumbos to score in the post. They also need to have patience on offense. Connecticut State has the fifth best defense in the nation. Jumbos should not, typically a patient team, but they're going to need to pick and choose their opportunities tonight. And lastly, to neutralize Retrosky for the Warriors. The Jumbos have often faced these teams that have a single star player. As we'll see in a second, Connecticut State is not a team like that. Connecticut State has many players that can score points, but the Jumbos are very good at shutting down one player, and if there's one player they should shut down, it's Retrosky.
That's right. Retrosky's averaging a double-double with 13 points and 10 rebounds per game, along with 2 assists, shooting 47% from the field, which is an excellent mark. The best on her team.
Now for keys to the game for the Eastern Connecticut State Warriors. Clog up the post. Pretty much the inverse of what the Jumbos have to do. Jumbos are missing Hannah Foley, one of their key three-point threats. So the Jumbos offense is going to probably revolve around the two players in the post. Clog it, force the Jumbos to make bad passes and take risky shots. In terms of what in terms of offense, spread the scoring around. Jumbos are very good at taking a single player out of the game. It's very difficult to take out an offense that has 3 or 4 different scores that they can go to. And missing in the regular season matchup between the Jumbos and the Warriors, which the Jumbos won by 12, the Warriors were missing their starting center. Langenauer and Foster have both played at center. They're both sophomores, and they're both 6 feet. And they're the two players with the most height that get a lot of minutes for the Warriors. Being able to use that height when they're at a disadvantage, matching up against players like North, Cantor, and Melissa Baptista, that's going to be key for the Warriors.
That's right. Shutting down North will be very key for the Eastern Connecticut State team. North has averaged 14 points and 9 rebounds per game this year, leading the Tufts Jumbos. Behind her is Canner with 13 points and 6 rebounds. And both are shooting above 48%. Very impressive marks. So this should be a good one in store. And we are very excited to announce it for you.
We're going to be able to bypass the national anthem, not for a lack of patriotism, but simply it was already played before the opener of her doubleheader, so we're going to go straight to the starting lineups. Take a look. If you've been following the Tufts team, could be interesting tonight to see who's getting the start.
That is true. It appears that Michelle Wu will start.
Now, yes, online, what we were seeing was that Michelle Wu was listed in the starting lineup. No, she is actually not going to, so that was a surprise for us. Michelle Wu is one of the third string point guard for the Tufts Jumbos. A very deep team, but not that deep.
It is a surprising move by their coach, but we'll see if it pays off.
Here are the starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's second game features the Warriors of Eastern Connecticut State University and the Jumbos of Tufts.
Fans of both teams very loud for the introductions.
A large crowd has assembled.
First for Eastern Connecticut, we have number 3 Julia DePoy. For the Jumbos, number 11 Lauren Dillon. She's been filling in at point guard since the injury to senior Kelsey Moorhead in December, but Moorhead has recently been coming off the bench. Next for the Warriors, Christina Foresman, the senior guard. Emma Roberson now for the Jumbos. Jill Retrosky for the Warriors. As you said, Sam, averaging a double-double.
Very impressive.
Josie Lee, now she's getting her 4th start. She's only been starting since Foley went out with an injury in the NESCAC semifinal. Taylor McBride, the point guard for the Warriors, the senior, and has really excelled the past few games. And McKellen North, one of the 2 6'2" players for the Jumbos. Lastly, for the Warriors, we've got Shannon Mccourt, another senior, a lot of experience for the Warriors. And for the Jumbos, number 52, Haley Canner, the senior. So
both these teams look excited and ready to go. They are both pumped up, yelling in their huddles. Now we got to see how it plays out.
Jumbos and the Warriors have played 3 times in history. It's their first meeting in the NCAA tournament. Played the all-time series 2-1, but of note, this is the first game in that series to be played at Cousins Gymnasium.
We'll see if that plays an advantage for the Jumbos in this game. Both teams huddle up and discuss their game plan. Should be a passionate game.
Now, the Warriors are playing in their 14th NCAA tournament in their 8th in Coach Beerley's 21 years, even reaching the title game in 2003. That said, none of the players in the team have made the NCAA tournament until this year. So, on the other hand, the Jumbos, this is their 4th consecutive Sweet 16. So, with the exception of the freshmen, every player on that team has experience in this position.
That's right. That experience should play a vital role.
And we're just waiting for the tip-off.
The balance of scoring on the Jumbos, like you said earlier, will also be very important, as multiple players can pick up the slack if one does not contribute. And the tip-off begins. Jumbos win the tip-off. North retains possession, gives it off to Laura Dillon. Laura Dillon gets North. I'm sorry, North has it now. North tries to find Dillon, can't find her. Gets back. Dillon drives, go to the hole. Dishes it back out to the perimeter. Josie Lee has it, takes a defender one-on-one, drives in, and just overshoots the rim as Eastern Connecticut retains possession.
Yeah, poor miss for Josie Lee. She was pedestrian last weekend in the first 2 rounds.
Ratowski takes it, but it is blocked. Possibly by North or Canner.
Well, the size advantage evident early.
That's right. Strong, they go out to the perimeter. Josie Lee again brings it down, gives it into North, and North makes the layup. Good heads-up play by Lee to dish it in. As you said, the key to the game, you got to stop them from getting in the paint. Foley dishes it off. Oh, and there's a steal on a play. Emily Roberson dishes it back off. Back to North, and she delivers another layup. Strong play by North. They're looking for her early.
Yeah, that's a play that Jumbo's run all the time. A pass under the basket, leading North to the ball, and North is all open.
McBride takes it up. She drives, gets into the hole, and is unable to finish the basket. Josie Lee brings it up, loses possession. Canner gets it. Gives it off to Lauren Dillon. Lauren Dillon, she throws off the screen, gets it to North. North gets it back to Canner. Canner will take the three-point shot, and in and out. And a foul on the play on Josie Lee.
Well, that was something that I was interested in seeing going into this game. Canner's often surprises opponents by putting up three-pointers. I was wondering, would part of the game plan be to have Haley try that even against this vaunted three-point defense?
It did not look like they were expecting it. The ball goes back into the middle, outside, and Shannon Mccourt misses a triple, and there's a foul on the play on Taylor McBride. Both teams are making sure to rebound defensively. Lauren Dillon brings it up. Canner post, they get it to North. Back to Canner. She dishes it off. And Emily Robertson misses a three, but wow, Lauren Dillon with a strong offensive rebound. Right place, right time. Drives on the screen, tries to take to the hoop, and it is stripped by Julia DePoy.
Emma Roberson, another player who will be trying to fill in for the outside shooting of Foley.
McCourt misses a shot in the paint, but it's stolen again. Again, Julia DePoy. 2 heads-up plays. The ball is swung to the perimeter. Forsman dishes it off. And a three-point shot by Julia DePoy, who is everywhere right now.
Warriors had very good ball movement on that possession. Found the wide-open DePoy.
Canner gets it. Double team, still attacks the basket and is blocked. North retains it and puts it up.
North with all 6 points for the Jumbo so far.
North is a woman on a mission right now. Taylor McBride again drives to the middle, but draws an offensive foul. She seems intent on driving to the hole.
She was able to drive right around North, but unfortunately for her, the possession was ruined when the offensive foul was committed.
And the ball is inbounded to Lauren Dillon, who takes it up. She surveys the court. Canner calls for it, gets it. Dishes it out to Josie Lee. Back to North, who is immediately triple teamed. As Canner tries to get it again to North. North puts it up, and it's unable to go in as the Jumbo's not.
Well, that'll bring us to our first media timeout. And just over 4 minutes into the game, the Jumbos have a 6-3 lead. Take this opportunity to look at some of the players that are going to be key in this game. for Tufts. As we've said it before, and we'll say it again, Haley Canner and Michaela North, the two 6'2" players.
The Twin Towers.
We at JumboCast have often referred to them as the Twin Towers. You can see both averaging over 13 points per game. Canner nearly 50%, North leading the nearly 60% field goal shooting. Canner, in addition, has that three-point threat. And on the rebounds and the blocks, these are players that excel. Very difficult to defend. Really a nuisance for any opponent to deal with. Now, on the other hand, for the Warriors, you can take a look at Shannon Mccourt and Jill Retrosky. These two players are sort of the Canner and North for the Warriors. Very difficult to stop. You can see over 10 points per game, shooting right about 46%, and very high in the rebounds. Some milestones for these two players. Mccourt eclipsed the 1,000-point mark earlier this season. She's now at 1061. And Retrosky has a shot at reaching, in her junior year, mind you, she has a shot at 1,000 points with a big game tonight, or in the event of a victory for the Warriors, a big weekend. It could be some milestones reached. She's also within reach of 800 rebounds. I think she's four away. Four away from 800 rebounds on her career. So.
And Victoria Prof will bring up the ball. They try to go inside, and the jumbo strip it, but there is a foul on the play to the ire of the home crowd, who delivers some vociferous boos. Victoria inbounds it. Shannon Mccourt goes, but has it blocked. Throws it before she gets out of bounds. Heads up play. And three-point shot attempt and rimmed as Canner is able to retain the possession. Lauren Dillon pushes it up the court. Throws it in. North is double-teamed. Canner has it from the outside. Is unable to complete the possession. Scramble for the ball, and North dives on the ground. Terrific passion on that play as Lauren Dillon retains it. North is everywhere right now. And a foul is called. Wow, what do you think of that play by North right there?
That was pretty wacky. You saw Canner trying again a long-range shot, that time from just inside the line. It looked very awkward to me as a line drive shot. I get the impression that there's pretty much that one three-point spot that she can take it from, and anything else is going to be an adventure. Meanwhile, we've got some substitutions. Kelsey Moorhead into the game for the first time, and Baptista, who's returning from an ankle injury.
Emily Robertson takes it, dishes it off. Dillon takes it, and out to Baptista, who has it tied up. Jump ball, and it will be Warrior possession. Sometimes it's hard to gain that rhythm coming right off the bench. And it is brought up. The court is surveyed. Dished off. Mccourt hands it off at the top of the key to Retrosky. Retrosky brings it in herself. Oh, pump fake. However, there is a rejection by Melissa Baptista. Strong heads up play. Moorhead brings it up. Goes around the pick. Gets into perimeter. Back to Baptista, who is able to splash in a three-pointer.
That's been a point of difficulty for Baptista all season. I guess with the week off, that's what she's been focusing on.
Comes back with a block and almost a steal now. And now a steal. She gets it off to Moorhead. Moorhead goes in for a layup, turns the corner, gives it off to North, who is unable to complete the play. Quite a sequence, however, from Baptista.
For a small player, Moorhead gets around, but just not able to outpace the defender.
That leg brace also might be restricting her mobility at the moment. Moorhead brings it up. Baptista post down low. Moorhead gets it back to Baptista, who looks for North. Takes that on her own. Baptista's going at it right now. and unable to hit the step back J as a block and good sportsmanship occurs.
Yeah, Julia DePoy almost aggressively trying to let Dillon help Dillon up. More substitution. Coach Berube of the Jumbos likes to change the lineup very often. Now Josie Lee and Haley Canner are back into the game.
As North sits. Victoria brings up the ball. Takes Moorhead off a screen, a double screen. Throws it. Jordan Nappy now has it. Swings it. And a travel. She wanted to go before she even knew where she was going.
Well, Nappy's another player that averages nearly 10 points a game for the Warriors. She's their main outside threat.
Moorhead takes it, finds Baptista. Baptista swings at the Canner. Comes to Christina Foresman. Gets it back to Canner. There's a little Rhode Island accent. And Baptista goes for another long shot, but is unable to get it as the ball caroons out of bounds.
That earlier shot by Baptista has been reclassified as a 2-point attempt. If you're wondering why Jumbos went from 9 to 8. Still only 3 points for the Warriors. 7.5
defense.
minutes in, but only 8 for the Jumbos. You can tell this is top 5 defenses going at it.
They're going to grind it out. Ooh. Moorhead might be. Oh, she's gathering her breath. Hopefully she's not injured. Her teammates have to help her up. Looks like she's just gathering her breath.
Michelle Wu's quickly going to replace her. And Moorhead's
looks like
favoring that knee that was injured.
Yeah.
It's not a good sign as North currently being attended to by team physicians.
That might play key down the stretch as Michelle Wu brings it up, passes it off to Canner. Canner gets it to Baptista. Baptista swings it. Josie Lee has it. Tries a crossover. Gets it back to Wu. Wu asks for a screen. Takes it to the hole. Dishes up a floater. That bounces in. That was a strong move. Eyes on the basket the whole time.
Wu now running the point.
Strange turnover committed there by the Warriors. Miscommunication.
So we've got another media timeout now, and we'll take a look at some of the plays that have defined the first 8 minutes. You see Moorhead kicking it out, and Baptista nailing the 3. Or what I do is you can tell her foot was inside the line.
She came in with an immediate impact. Also, it's very clear the height of the Jumbos Twin Towers really affects the screening that they provide.
That's for sure. Some early statistics. Eastern Connecticut shooting just 1 for 9 from the field. That one was a 3-point attempt and represents the only point so far. Jumbos, meanwhile, have cooled off a little bit, but at a manageable 38%, 10 points on the board, rather. It's a very low-scoring game, pretty much what we'd expect. I mean, neither of these teams gives up more than 50 points a game.
Both have played passionately. Let's see if they try to get it to Ratrowski more often, as would be expected.
As I was saying earlier, the Jumbos do a really good job of shutting down opponents' biggest players. We not heard, well, granted, there's only been 1 field goal made, but not a lot of life on the offense, and you can't blame them.
No, that Jumbo's defense was suffocating. There was multiple rejections and just all around good play, especially.
Well, North, who had been North, who had been in conversation with the team physician, is returned to the bench with the rest of her teammates, and Moorhead is now receiving attention. You can see on the right side of your screen. But Wu, for the meantime, will continue to run the point.
Wu dishes it into Canner. Canner looks for Baptista. Baptista tries to post. Josie Lee now. Baptista has it on the post. Goes up a bit of a wild shot as Josie Lee tries to agitate the rebounder. It's taken up. Fast pace right now. And the ball is swatted out of bounds. Nicole Brooks will inbound it.
What happened there is as North comes back into the game, Nappy tried to go one-on-one against Josie Lee. Lee was having none of it. We almost recovered a steal.
And the ball is inbounded. The Jumbo crowd gets into it. Christina Foresman dishes it off to Julie DePau, who herself dishes it off. But again, it does not result in a field goal, even on the offensive rebound, as Canner retains it.
And there are times when nothing will fall.
Just seems there's a lid on that basket. Canner calling for it, gets it, dishes it back out to Josie Lee, who with an open three-pointer is able to splash in another from the same spot of Baptista.
And it's actually Emma Roberson who got that shot.
My mistake.
Her and Lee, both the sophomores for the Jumbos, fairly similar players.
Sometimes the game gets so exciting you just lose track of the names.
Well, and another shot, or the second shot of the game, Nappy gets it long too.
As finally the Warriors add to their score on the board. Wu calls that a play. And Canner dishes it into North, who is fouled. Canner is a surprisingly adept passer, always finding North right where she needs to be on the post.
You know, a lot is said is about how similar North and Canner are, but Canner's irreplaceable. Jumbos are going to miss her next season.
Very different games that complement each other very well. Silence attacks the arena as North makes her first free throw.
First freebie for either side.
And North gets ready for her second. And it is off the mark as the Warriors bring it up. Forsman has it. Strong defense by Wu. It's swung to Nappy. The hands are up on every Jumbo's pair. Nappy hands it off. And it is thrown in but blocked by North.
I was about to talk about how beautiful that possession was for the Warriors, but North comes from behind and ends.
Great ball movement, but stymied. As North now almost gets a steal on the other end. Forsman dishes it off. You have to wonder if that presence of North down in the middle makes them fearful of driving, as a foul is committed by Emily Roberson.
I hate to correct you, Sam. You keep saying Emily. Her name's Emma. That's Emma Roberson.
I'm going to have to apologize to her after the game.
It's Roberson's first foul. Trotsky leaves the game.
With Rotrusky out, let's see where they try to score.
And now they've got Langlauer under the basket.
A wild shot there by Nappy, does not go in.
Well, Langlauer is one of the larger players for the Warriors. It gives them presence under the post as much as any player on the Warriors team. In that possession, she vacated the post.
Emma Roberson gives it back to Wu. North dishes it out to Josie Lee, who's caught in the corner, gets it to Canner. But a travel is called. Good ball movement, though. Both teams are passing the ball, but both having a hard time having it find net.
A marked difference between the pace of this game and the previous. Of course, FDU had offensive fireworks to start.
And now a block by Canner that radically excites the crowd, as you can see on the bottom of your screen. Again, the presence of the Twin Towers. You never know which one. The Warriors inbound it and throw it out of bounds as Julie DePoy was looking for a teammate who was not there. They're making it very difficult in the post. North gets it into Wu. Moorhead now returns to the arena after having left it for a while. Wu gets it on the perimeter. Canner asking for it. She dishes it out. And Canner gets it back. Puts up a layup. And North had it, but it slipped out of her hands. Tough possession. Warriors bring it up. Nappy dishes it off. Court has it. It's very hard to find any breathing room against these Jumbos players. Foresman finds her teammate in the post, but North somehow is able to get her off balance.
The ball didn't hit rim, so the Warriors were forced to put it up. Not a bad shot, all things considered, but no points and still only 2 field goals for the Warriors.
Wu dishes it off to Canner. And the ball finds Emma Roberson, who gets double teamed back to Wu. And Josie Lee fires a long three-pointer that is just off the mark.
A high arcing shot.
Great form.
But a timeout on the floor now. And here's a couple more plays. You can see a block by Canner from behind.
Her ability to read the possession was beautifully displayed on that one.
And multiple times the Warriors come closer to getting on the board. They've only done so twice, only to find North or Canner there to stop it.
Wachowski and Mccourt should get the ball more maybe for the Warriors.
Well, it's easier said than done when you're
That's
going
true.
up against the best defense in the country. But yeah, point taken. This is the 20th anniversary of the UConn women going 33-0. Of course, Ruby doesn't want to have to answer. She wants to say, she wants them to go to Grand Rapids.
Find out for themselves.
Find out for themselves. Exactly right.
That's right.
So, winner of this game will have the opportunity to face off against FDU Florham tomorrow.
Both teams definitely have the potential. Both have had great seasons.
The winner of the game tomorrow will travel to Grand Rapids, Michigan, where Calvin's hosting the Final Four this year. Jumbos made it that far last year.
Nappy dribbles it up. Dribbles to the hole, but the ball is stripped and a jump ball is called. Terrific defense by Josie Lee.
And that's the second time this game that there have been jump balls that the Jumbos have made something out of nothing.
Wu brings it up. Both teams are playing fearless here right now. Josie Lee gets it, dishes it to the ball, finds, and there's a foul on Emma Robertson. Good pump fake on her part in order to get her opponent into the foul.
Roberson on the line.
And misses her first.
Well, in the video we showed earlier, you saw Coach Spearley from the Warriors recounting.
Wow, Emma Roberson off her own miss is able to lay in the layup, as you were saying.
Well, the coach was talking about how they had a pretty bad loss earlier in the season where they only gave up 42 points, and as on the rebound, that if you said before the game, well, you're only going to give up, I'd say, wow, that's great, we won. In that game, the Warriors only scored 37. Now in this game, you say, well, we're holding the Jumbos to 16 points most of the way through the first half, which is great unless you've only scored 5.
That's right. Baptista dishes it off. And it finds Wu on the other side of the perimeter, who is able to drill a three-pointer as the lead is extended now to 18-5. Josie